they can do so under their own power or have to be wheeled on. Better than the alternative, encapsulates the deep cowardice that seems to fund our anti-heroic, never-die-at-no-matter-what-the-cost way of life. Otherwise, why not say, as we used to, "Oh, stop complaining already"? I do have a soft side. Ask my dog, the cats, even the 2 turtles and the mouse we just saved and caged from one of the cats who teamed up with the dog to make the catch. An hour earlier we could hear him rummaging behind the microwave. These creatures are all sources of pleasure and reminders that beauty and good still exist in the non-human world at least, and damn if that cute field mouse, no bigger than the unshelled peanut we put in a small cage we readied for him, or one of his larger house mice cousins, was not also the source of what I thought were the tasteless caraway or cumin seeds I was trapping on the counter with my wet index finger and eating up as I did the dishes. While revising this 2 weeks after it was first drafted, I checked on the mouse, who would hide under the wood shavings in his cage. She was dead. I was surprised at how much it got me all hamleted up about the meaninglessness of everything. Nonetheless, I have had it pretty good, and still objectively have it so, and yet I complain, and find myself filled with homicidal fury at texters for whom I must step out of the way. I said that in my book Losing It some 10 years ago, but my irritation has only increased, as has the number of inattentive, self-involved texters. If one counts it as good luck to have been a tenured professor at a good school, teaching and writing only about what I wanted to, then so, too, those texters have been very lucky at my commendable reserves of self-restraint in not applying for a concealed carry permit. So lucky do I count myself that 2 of the chapters that follow will deal with the anxieties that good luck generates and the evil it portends. But to make sure I keep pressing my luck, I continue riding helmetless a 900-pound 1800cc motorcycle, contraindicated for 6 months in deference to my recent urethroplasty. I refuse to accept that the bike is in any way a symbolic prosthetic, as I fear some might think it is, but it does put my arthritic knees to the test at every stoplight, and my normal cruising speeds force me to douse my now discless cervical vertebrae with a salve of medical marijuana to alleviate the ache of keeping my head up in the wind and thus my incipiently cataracted eyes on the road. I do not wish to repeat more than I already have, and will allow myself in this and the next paragraph the scorn I poured in Losing It on the prevalent and lucrative, idiotic, upbeat view of aging, except to say this: I might have played up my claims of decline then in hopes of placating the gods by not taking too generous a view of my mental and physical condition. Nope, it did not work. The gods soon let me know that I had presumed on their beneficence. They turned any exaggerations of decline I might have made then, maybe they heard them as whining, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that excuses whining, into understatements. Confidence dies, as I can no longer concentrate on what I am reading without concentrating on the very process of concentration, thereby intercepting the concentration I need to direct to the task at hand. Surely you know what I mean. I, in fact, just wrote, "You know what I mean," N-O. I have always had difficulty distinguishing homophones, one seeming as good as another, and not randomly either, for I am more likely to write R-I-G-H-T or R-I-T-E for W-R-I-T-E, disgust, the verb, for disgust, the noun, than to hit on the proper one, and the spell checker shares my disability. There was a kid a year behind me in high school who was diagnosed as schizophrenic in his junior year, or so we were told, but one of his newfound abilities was to find